subset of R2 be a non-empty open subset, and let E1 E2 be a point, and if your function from S to R be a scalar field such that fx fy fx everything exists and fxy fyx they are continuous, then what we will say they are equal fxy. So my question was, when do we the f of xy and f of yx is equal? So this is one condition, correct? Let us see the proof now. Just 1 second. Yeah. So what are we given? We are given each of the partial derivative exist and fxy and fyx is continuous, correct? So let us start with this given. E1 E2 belongs to S and S is open. So we can choose H positive, K positive, such that the rectangle R that is equal to E1 comma E1 plus H cross E2 comma E2 plus K that is completely contained in your S. That means what? Here is your point, say E1 E2. So this is E1, this is say E2. I can find a H such that the rectangle which I am forming here, say this is my rectangle, this is A2 plus K, that will completely lie in your system, that will completely lie in your function S. This will lie inside. This is E1 plus H, this is E2 plus K. Correct, yeah. So you can get the coordinates quickly. Correct, and this is possible because we can choose some H and K like that. It may be as small as you want, and we will be having 4 corner points. The 4 corner points are, बोलो क्या क्या है? The first one is E1 E2. The second one is E1 plus H comma E2. E1 plus, sorry, E2 plus K, and next E1 plus H comma E2 plus K. Okay, these are the 4 corner points. Okay, so let us define g of hk. Let us define a function g of hk that is equal to say f of e1 plus h comma e2 plus k minus f of e1 plus h comma e2 minus f of e1 comma e2 plus k plus f of e1 e2. If you remember the formula for mixed partial derivative f of xy or f of yx, then limit का interchange, and this was the function divided by h or k, whatever it is. Correct? If you remember that, we had already done that. Correct? So my motto was to uh, make that use, that is if I put limit here with respect to h also and k also, then it should be equal to limit k with respect to h, ऐसा something. So let us define one more function phi of x which will only depend on x. See, phi of x is equal to f of x comma e2 plus k minus f of x comma e2. Okay, so what will be phi of e1? That is f of e1 comma e2 plus k minus f of e1 comma e2. This is your phi of e1 हो गया. And what you can do, what is phi of e1 plus h? So at the place of x, I have to put e1 plus h. So it will be f of e1 plus h, comma e2 plus k minus f of e1 plus h, comma e2. Correct? So can I write my g of hk now in terms of phi? Yes, because I have some values now. Correct? So what is g of hk? That is equal to these two people will be your phi of e1 plus h2. Phi of e1 plus h. And what about this? You take minus outside, you'll be having this. That is phi of e1 minus phi of e1. So that means I can write my g of hk in terms of phi. So note that. What about your phi? Note phi of x is continuous and differentiable on R. Okay. So if your function is continuous and differentiable on R, can I apply Lagrange mean value theorem, LMVT? That is, I want to apply LMVT in the interval this e1 comma e1 plus h. Correct? In this interval, I want to apply LMVT to f of x, to phi of x. Sorry. So क्या रहेगा? So by LMVT, I'll be having what? Phi of e1 plus h minus phi of e2. Sorry, phi of e1. Phi of e1 plus h minus phi of e1. That will be equal to phi dash of some value, some say theta 1 बोलते हैं, multiplied by h. H is subtraction, that is length. This is what your LMVT is, correct? But what do you know about this guy? Phi of a1 plus h2 minus phi of a1, that is g of hk. So this is your g of hk. So g of hk is equal to phi dash of theta 1 into h, correct? And what do you know about your theta 1? Theta 1 will be lying between e and e1 plus 1. Sorry, e1 and e1 plus h. Correct? By the mean value theorem, you know that. Correct? Okay. Now this is phi dash of theta 1. Can you quickly calculate phi dash? Phi of x was this. Can you quickly calculate phi dash? Phi dash means it will be derivative with respect to x, because this is in two variable. So let us see. Your phi of x is equal to what? It is f of x comma e2 plus k minus f of x comma e2. This is your phi of x. Correct? I want to calculate phi dash of theta 1. Phi dash of x पहले निकालते हैं, so that will be fx, f partial derivative x comma e2 plus k minus fx x comma e2. So what will be phi dash of theta 1? It will be fx of theta 1 comma e2 plus k minus fx of theta 1 comma e2. So this is what you are having, phi dash of x. So you can put it here. That is g of h key. It will be phi dash into h, or phi dash ka value you are having this fx minus and this. Okay. Now let us do one thing. We define psi of y. सेम जो हम लोगों ने उसके लिए किया वैसे ही कुछ ट्राई करने जा रहे हैं. This is we define psi of y, that is see fx of theta 1 comma y. So if you are having this, so look at this. This is fx of theta 1 comma something. This is f of theta 1 comma something. So can I write my phi dash in terms of psi? Yes, that is phi dash of theta 1. It will be equal to, it will be psi of e2 plus k minus it will be psi of a2. Correct? Can I do that? Yes. Now can I apply LMVT again for the interval for this psi and for the interval e2 comma e2 plus 1. Apply LMVT for to psi of x, sorry, psi of y in the interval. What is the interval? E2 comma E2 plus k. So what you will be having? It will be what will be? It will be psi of E2 plus k minus psi of E2. That will be equal to what? Psi dash of some theta 2 multiplied by k. The difference is k here. Correct? But what is this? This is same as phi dash of theta 1. So it will be phi dash of theta 1 is equal to this. That is psi dash of theta 2k. Now you have to calculate psi dash of theta 2. So पहले तो psi dash निकालते हैं. Psi dash, what is a psi function? This is psi of y is equal to f of x theta y. So psi dash निकाला तो it will be again derivative. Correct? So it will be f of xy, but with respect to y this time. So it will be phi dash of theta 1, that will be equal to f of xy theta 1 theta 2 into k. Correct? And you have the what is theta 1 and what is theta 2. You have that. What is theta 1? It is lying between e1 and e1 plus h. e2 e2 plus k. Correct? Yes. So I have got the value of f of xy, but remember one thing. What is g of hk? Let us go back. What is g of hk? This is phi of a1 plus h minus phi of a1, and which was same as phi dash of theta. Correct? So that is I want to use this guy. So g of hk will be h into phi dash of theta 1. Correct? And that is phi dash of theta 1 का value मिला तुमको, that is h into k f of xy theta 1 theta 2. Correct? Yeah. Now observe one thing. We have got the value of g of hk in terms of h into k f of xy. Can I similarly do the same procedure? But now we will start first with u and v. Then can I get in terms of yx? Correct? Where theta 1 and theta 2 belongs to r. Correct? Now apply the same procedure. I want to have yx. Applying the same procedure to the function. That is, you're having u of y will be equal to f of e1 plus h comma y minus f of e1 comma y. See, वहाँ पे हम लोगों ने क्या किया था? Yeah. See, यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने phi लिया था. That was variable was y-axis. Now here I am taking variable in x-axis first. Correct? And similarly we will be getting something that is g of hk. It will be h into k f of yx and multiply by c is xy1 xy2. Correct? Where your same thing, where xy1 xy2 belongs to r, that is in s. Correct? Definitely. Now what is g of hk upon h k? That is, from here it will be f of xy theta 1 theta 2, and which is same as f of yx. That is also g of hk upon h, f of yx theta 1 theta 2. Correct. And note that if you take the limit, that is say h comma k, as h comma k goes to 0, that means the rectangle is the rectangle को हम लोग और छोटा कर रहे हैं. It will be something like this. It will be something like I'm squeezing it. As h tending to 0, I'm going here, I'm going here. Correct. So I'll be getting at that point. So E1 E2 पे मेरे को वैल्यू मिल जाएगा. Theta 1 and theta 2 will be my E1 E2, and the as you see that value will be same. Correct. So hence if you take limit h comma k that goes to 0 0, that means you are squeezing and you'll reach at a point. So that is f of x y, theta 1 theta 2, it will be psi 1 psi 2, which is same as f of xy e1 e2, and here f of yx e1 e2. This is your final answer. Hence we proved something, that is f of mixed partial derivative are same. Okay, let us quickly see once again क्या किया Puram. So what did you start with? You form a rectangle such that this is E1 plus H, this is A2 plus K, and we started, we look at the four coordinates. Okay, ठीक है ये. Now we define G of HK, which is what? F of E1 plus H E2 and subtraction, last one is addition. Then here is the trick, that is we define phi of x, that is f of x comma e2 plus k minus f of, so this is the variable is in y axis. Correct. So what is f of e1, phi of e1, phi of e1 plus h? I can write g of hk in terms of phi. Now if you observe this thing, this is looking like LMVT something. So we know that phi is continuous and differentiable. So apply LMVT on this interval E1 and E1 plus H. So apply, you are getting this. So that means G of HK, you are getting this guy. Phi dash of theta 1 dot H. Correct. Now what is phi dash of theta 1? Phi क्या हम लोगों ने लिया है ये. So phi dash क्या रहेगा? It will be fx. This is also fx. Look at this, phi is this, phi dash will be fx, phi dash of theta 1 will be this. Now look at this, that is fx of यहाँ पे theta 1 e2 plus k है, यहाँ पे theta comma e2 है. So this is again e2 and e2 plus k. So I just want to use again LMVT. So let us define a new function, that is psi of y, that is f of theta 1 comma y. So my theta dash will can be written as in terms of phi. Now you see psi of e2 plus k minus psi of e2, I can apply LMVT to this psi of y. So if I apply that, I will be having this. Their subtraction, that will be equal to psi dash of theta 2k, and what is their subtraction? That is phi dash of theta 1, and that is equal to psi dash of theta 2k. What is psi dash? Psi of y is this. Psi dash will be differentiation with respect to y, so that is fxy. So that is fxy theta 1 theta 2k. But what is phi dash of theta 1? You already know, you have a relation, that is g of hk is equal to phi dash theta 1 into h. So let us start. g of hk is equal to h into phi dash of theta 1. Put the value of phi dash theta 1, that is k, into this. So g of hk is equal to, you are getting hk into f of, that is as simple. Correct. Can I do the same procedure? In the same procedure, now I have to start with some u of y. Earlier it was phi of x, now I am taking u of y, where the changes is in x coordinate, e1 plus h comma a1. Now again observe the same thing, you can write g of h and so on, do the same procedure. So I'm just writing similarly, I can get g of hk is equal to hk into f of yx sin psi 2. Now this is what I am having. Now look at that, if I am taking a limit h and k tending to 0 0, that means what? I am squeezing that rectangle, so my points will be what? My points will be f of e1 e2, that is f of xy is at e1 e2, and f of yx as e1 e2. That's it. So yes, this is your final answer. This is how we proved. Okay. So this there is one corollary, or you can say a second theorem, which have the same proof. Let let S subset of R be a non-empty open subset of R2. Let E1 E2 belongs to S, and let F from S to R be such that Fx Fy Fxy exist in S, and also Fxy is continuous at E1 E2. Okay, then Fyx exist at E1 E2, and Fxy at E1 E2, it will be same as Fyx at E1 E2. Okay, this is what you are supposed to prove now. Now look at that, what you are given, Fx Fy Fxy, they exist, and one more extra condition is that Fxy is continuous. This is one extra condition. Then what, first you have to prove that Fyx exist, and then next you have to prove that they are equal. Correct. So the proof is same, it follows the same technique actually. If I have some time, then I can talk about, yeah. Okay, 10 17. I'll just give you a hint. What I'll be doing now, suppose I am having a point, say that is equal to E1 E2 belongs to S. What is given to me, that is f of xy is continuous, so I'll be using this. F of xy is continuous. That means what? For all epsilon positive, there exists delta positive such that norm of x comma y minus E1 E2 that is less than delta, and that will imply what? Mod of f of xy at x comma y minus f of xy at E1 E2 that is less than, say, epsilon by 2. We will see epsilon by 2 बाद में ये क्यों लिया later on. So what do you mean by that? Look at this. This means that there exists a rectangle, correct? Look at this properly. That means if I try to draw the graph, that means I'll be having my point E1 E2, correct, and I'll be having a open ball around that, having the distance something like that. Sorry, I'm sorry with the bad. I'm sorry with the bad handwriting. Yeah. So this is point E1 E2, and can I get a rectangle that is completely contained in S? So yes, you can. You just have to take the maximum जो भी है length, that is delta, and you will getting that is radius, and you form a rectangle inside it. Actually, it is better to do one thing. To form a rectangle inside it, I should see, this will be my diameter, something like this. Actually, once if it is perfect circle, then I just have to insert a rectangle inside this, that's it. make sure this looks like rectangle. So this is also, earlier I was having an open ball. This was giving me an open ball. Now I am having a rectangle inside that. Now I have to use the same thing. सेम जो पहले भी रेक्टेंगल मिल गया ना, तो सेम थिंग यू हैव टू फॉलो द एवरी टेक्निक सेम, दैट इज स्टार्ट विद जी ऑफ एच के, दैट इज सेम एफ ऑफ ई वन प्लस एच कॉमा ई टू प्लस के माइनस एफ ऑफ ई वन प्लस एच कॉमा कॉमा ई टू माइनस एफ ऑफ ई वन कॉमा ई टू प्लस के प्लस एफ ऑफ ए वन है. सो दिस इज योर जी फंक्शन. सेम उसके बाद क्या करना पड़ेगा, फाई ऑफ एक्स निकालना पड़ेगा एंड अप्लाई एल एम वी टी एंड एवरीथिंग सेम. द मेन ट्रिक वॉज टू गेट दैट. सो यू विल बी हैविंग वॉट, जी ऑफ एच के दैट विल बी इक्वल टू एच के इंटू एफ ऑफ एक्स वाई थीटा वन थीटा टू. करेक्ट. सो यहाँ तक का सेम है, सेम थिंग वट एवर यू हैव रिटन देयर. Now you are having, since f of xy is continuous, correct? So you are having the definition. So f of xy का value क्या आएगा इधर, that is g of hk upon hk, that is equal to f of xy theta 1 theta 2. So can I put it in the definition? So what I will be having, I will be having g of hk upon hk minus f of xy e1 e2 that is less than epsilon by 2. So this is what you are having, correct? Now try to find g of hk by hk. This is what put it in the formula, you will be having that is 1 upon h into 1 upon k, 1 upon k into 1 upon h, and multiply with same f of e1 plus h comma e2 plus k minus f of, do you see the formula of mixed partial derivative? And now next thing you have to take the limit, that's it. Take limit k tending to 0 g of hk upon hk, correct? Then later on you have to take limit h tending to 0, h tending to 0, and then limit k tending to 0 g of hk upon hk. So you'll be having that f of yx, that will be your f of yx, and both will be equal, correct? Everything is same, just I needed a rectangle, that was the trick here. Okay, yes. So in the next lecture we'll see what is geometrical interpretation of total derivative. Geometry क्या होता है इसका, correct? We'll see some counter example, then we are done with your unit 2. In the next lecture we'll be done. Then we will starting unit 3. I'll put the assignment